That kind of sounds like the Pac-Man. Waka waka waka. Anyway, gonna break my microphone. Don't stay away for too long. Don't stay away for too long. I'll make a cup of coffee for da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know this song anyway, but it's Monday. It's Monday, and this is a song from TikTok, and it is perfect 'cause TikTok's going away. Even if a cup of coffee comes your way. Bars. Finish it off solid. That's all that matters. That's how we finish solid. It doesn't matter if I just fucking mumble through that whole goddamn song. But that song, it's so fucking catchy, and I see it all the time in TikTok videos on Instagram. I don't watch TikTok videos because I deleted TikTok a little while ago. I said, fuck it. I was making dumbass videos with my dog, and you know what? Some of them were getting like 20,000 views for the dumbest shit, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so stupid. It's idiocracy. It was making me dumb down my brain, and I refused to dance on there. Listen, your boy is a seasoned club dancer. I be in the fucking nightclub just, you want to dance? You want to fucking go? You want to dance? All right. Just dancing on bitches. I say bitches with all due respect. Just rubbing my pants on them. That's what you would do in the club. The club is such a weird fucking world. You just go in there and you just gotta like go up behind them. You can't be a gentleman because girls would get creeped out by that. If you know, you give them the like, do you want to dance? Then they'd be like, no. But if you just like come up behind them and you're just like, they're like, yeah, he's confident. It's not a good world. And listen, it's been like 10 years since I was in a dance club. So don't try to cancel me for that, for my aggressive male attitude. But times have changed. Listen, things change. People evolve. That's got to be the theme of the millennium, is that people change and times were different. People say that like times were different isn't a valid excuse for things. Yeah, it is. Times are different. Times are changing. People are always evolving. And we have to make sure we don't cancel people for shit that was like not even true 10, 15 years ago. I get all fired up, knock my water to the side. Fired up on a Monday. I'm so over some of this cancellation shit. Anyway, I'm really not. I don't know why I'm getting all fired up about it. It isn't even really in my world anymore. I just go on Twitter when I want to. If I'm feeling too happy with my life, I'm like, let me just go on Twitter and let me depress myself a little bit. Let me read a few comments on Instagram just to bring me back down. Feeling a little too happy, a little too positive. Go on social media. Read some comments. But something that's good. By the way, I got so off topic. Rabbit hole. That TikTok song. Don't go away for too long. Saddest fucking thing ever, because the theme of that is, I finally looked up the song and it's called like The Deathbed or some shit, and it's about someone who passed away, and it's a really sad song. The chorus is hypnotizing, but it's like a rap verse, but people are making TikTok videos showing something empty, and it's just like for example, one of them was like, it showed like a kind of like a river bottom or something, just a little place with water in it. It's not a pond, but they were showing it and they threw a red ball and nothing happened. Like they were like, I miss him so much. And they threw a ball, and then all of a sudden, the music hits like a beat. It's like, don't stay away for too long. Repeats a couple times, and all of a sudden it just goes, and it's like, for too long. Like it remixes it, but on that transition, people would put the video of their pet that passed away, of them playing with the ball in that place. So it was like they were showing that they were all sad throwing it while their dog was dead, like, I miss him so much. And then they would clue you in like it was the reveal of, oh my God, they used to do this here. So sad. Another one, a girl was at a table and she was like, I miss him, blah, blah, blah. He would always sit with me at breakfast, and it was like an empty chair next to her. And then, of course, for too long, fire transition. Boom, shows the dog sitting next to her. Dog's dead. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these kids? It's like we've repressed emotional, like, stability and just, like... Listen, I'm all for this, the movement of, like, taking the taboo out of... mental health and like expressing emotions. Your boy's emotional AF. You know, you put on that movie Shiloh with a little dog when they have to leave it. You put on Fox and the Hound when she's leaving fucking Todd and she's like, you have to stay here, Todd. Goodbye, my friend. And she's driving off and you see fucking Todd the fox in the back by himself. He's a fucking domesticated fox. That is basically a pupperoo. He's not gonna be able to fend for himself. But the waterworks will start. I'll cry in a movie. I don't give a shit. That's the thing is, even as I get older, I will cry more and more in movies. Things get me emotional. I get emotional over so much. It's just built into me. I'm emotional AF for some things. Other things, I'm fucking cold-blooded. But I feel like this expression of TikTok of people, it's so sad. And I think that the expression, let me get back on point. The expression of these kind of videos are so sad. Not everybody on TikTok, only 99% of them. But it's like we don't allow people to express themselves and to like talk about their feelings and become balanced in their emotions. So then what happens is you get these outbursts and these, that it needs to come out in some way. And for some people, it comes out in really sad TikTok videos where they just got to express themselves, which is not a bad outlet. If anything, I would like you to be sad, you know, and express that sadness. What you see a lot is people's anger. You see a lot of people, that was my go-to when I was growing up in high school dealing with hard shit. My output was violence and rage, and it wasn't good, but it's all I knew. I didn't have TikTok. I couldn't have been like, don't go away for too long, I make a cup of coffee. But now that I'm getting back to it, I'm like, fuck, it's kind of sad we're losing TikTok. Only for that expression, allowing kids to be able to get their emotional shit off. It's important. I just saw a statistic that there was like more, I think male suicide is like the #1 thing behind heart disease. I don't know if it was true. I don't know if I'm reciting that correct, but it's huge. It's basically much more than you think. And you never really see it. You never really like hear people talk about it, about male suicide and depression. I can honestly say there was times in my life where I was depressed, more of just, you know, I would say acute depression where it's just like you're going through some hard shit. I've had moments of feeling sad and everything, but I also think it's important for people to recognize that emotional shit is temporary, or like those sad moments, especially young men. I feel like there is not a lot of support systems. Now there are, we know, more and more with things like Joe Rogan and stuff like that, where you have these more masculine figures that are kind of debunking the myth of how men are supposed to be. And it's sad when you see, you know, younger people commit suicide in times in their life where you're like, dude, if you could have just made it out of high school, you would have saw none of that fucking shit matters. You know, these stupid things. That's why I get upset about cyberbullying and stuff like that. Cause I'm like, dude, these little worlds don't matter in the big picture. More and more, my life gets focused on less of caring what people think and what they do, and more of I just want to be good with my family. I want to be good with my close friends, and I don't really give a shit about, you know, any other social hierarchy bullshit that doesn't matter. You know, I care about the well-being of the world. I want to always try to be on the right side of pushing the species forward. But as far as dumb shit, I don't care. And I know in a lot of ways, I feel really lucky. And this is something I used to always talk about with a buddy, is we would just be like, man, we were born at the right time. Perfect time of not having the internet. and getting the opportunities to play outside and just live without it. And then also the perks of having it as we're getting older, in the sense of we've been able to benefit a lot from technology. But there's a whole generation of kids that are coming up, probably, I mean, even little kids, but I don't know why I said little so many times, bars. I would say like preteen, you know, starting to go into high school. And it's this culture on TikTok where you see what's being rewarded and you see what is giving dopamine rushes and what is getting fulfillment and what is getting valued as worth online. And for some people, online is all they have, in the sense of it's all of the importance. You know, you got 10% family, you got 10%, you know, immediate friends, you have 10% your hobbies and 10% your sports, and then you have 60% of this online world. And I break it down like that because I feel like it's so much more unbalanced when you're a kid and you focus on shit that's not really important. And I think TikTok is a very toxic world for younger kids. I think that I think it's a good thing. And the whole thing I'm getting at is that TikTok's getting banned for reasons that aren't even this, but this is a good thing. Obviously, Chinese spyware. It's been very proven that this is not a good app. And on top of that, it's doing nothing good for kids. And there's been a lot of deceitful things where they boosted all the numbers in the beginning where it wasn't really getting the views. There was tons of bots. So people thought they were getting like millions of views and thousands of followers and all this stuff and likes, when in reality, it was really just these bots. So it made people intoxicated because they're like, oh my God, I just got 100,000 views on this thing when I only get like 10,000 on Instagram. When I'm referring to other people, I'm talking about myself. I'm like, oh my God, I'm the kids getting toxified from it. But it like enticed them, and then it created a weird world. And I think, I think when you get, I don't know, I think it's really bad at sculpting the minds of young men and young women. Because it just reinforces stereotypes of each of them. And while there was a small percentage of people who were very creative on TikTok and doing good things, I think in the big picture, it was doing a lot of bad things for mentality and putting worth in places that it shouldn't be there. And it was almost like way too much instant gratification. It's like... I think it was creating a culture of fame for nothing. I think there's a huge attention for nothing. I think that with comedy, I think with all entertainment and acting and celebrity and all this stuff, fame is a byproduct of an convoluted, damn, I was going to sound smart too. Basically, there's way too much compound interest return on being good and excelling in a particular field. It's unbalanced with how much attention and fame and fortune you can get from something like acting. I always think it's so funny that people put, you know, obviously not anymore. Everybody's fucking turning on actors. Fucking Tom Hanks, he's gone, canceled. For so long, everybody valued what celebrities and actors said about real world problems and all this stuff because we put attention and fame and popularity on like a hierarchy of like, oh my God, look at the Kardashians. Like certain people like George Clooney were like, oh my God, he plays pretend really well. He plays make-believe. We should listen to him about climate change. Granted, there are some people who are trying to do good things who are celebrities and they try to have their life have meaning and be on the good side. But for the most part, there's a lot of people who just, it shouldn't facilitate. Like that's the thing is like fame is just a byproduct, just a side effect. And I don't think it's a good one. I don't think that much attention is a good thing, because look at every single child star. How did they turn out when all that dopamine dried up? And I mean that in the attention is you can't sustain that. That's why I always look at relationships when you have way too much passion and emotion and, oh my God, you're the moon to my stars and blah, blah, blah. And you're my water and my life source and my sun and all this stuff. Like, you can't maintain that. And then when it starts slipping, you're getting all that dopamine from that Romeo and Juliet shit. You get all that dopamine rush. And then what happens? Oh, well, after time, things start normalizing. You just can't maintain it. So when you can't maintain it, all of a sudden, you're losing stuff. It's kind of like heroin or some shit. Not that I've done it in the market. Not really. But when you can't get that fix, all of a sudden, you're just getting high to try to get back to normal. And it's like, that's like it is in relationships. And then you start having fights because you want passion. You want that thing back. And then you start arguing all the time. And then it's like, fuck. Then you get depressed because you're like, what's wrong with us? Why can't we get back there? It's because it was an unrealistic thing that was happening. The whole honeymoon phase and the whole, you can't stop thinking about me. You're talking till fucking 5 a.m. every night. Bitch, people got to go to work. People got to go to work. You need your sleep. You need that REM. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. I think that is what TikTok is, getting back on topic, is the same thing as child stars. You're giving young kids hundreds of thousands of views for relatively not doing a lot, doing this. Dun, 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 dun. I'm a savage. Millions of followers, millions of things. They didn't really do much to get it. They were genetically superior. They blossomed early. They had content. They strike the algorithm. It is just unwarranted attention and success. In some ways, some that were able to like financially capitalize on it. But I don't think it's good as you get older for that kind of thing to happen. And this is kind of like my take on celebrity and all of that stuff in general. I don't know. I think TikTok getting banned is a good thing. I think we need to like swing back into balance of where, man, I don't know. It feels like, and this is something that I deal with because I'm TikTok famous. No. The dopamine rushes from social media. Dude, all these, I posted like a Puerto Rico meme. All these pages started reposting it and everything. It was pretty cool. But I've completely detached myself from social media dopamine rushes because I don't, it's not that I don't struggle with it. It's that I would get obsessed with how much work I would put into certain things versus the feedback that I got from it. Certain things get that. And it's like, aside from all the triggers of going on the explore page, oh my God, look at all these titty pictures. Oh my God, look at all these butt pictures. Oh my God, look at all these funny memes. Oh my God, look at all these blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, look at all these stories. Oh my God, look at all these political posts where it's just like so many different toxic views and blah, blah, blah. You just get yourself all stressed out and so much toxicity. But I think it's something that I'm trying to do is where I catch myself. I'm like, I open my phone, look at Instagram, blah, blah, close it. All of a sudden I just pick it up and open and look at it again. And I'm like, this isn't good. This is something that we got to detox from. And the same thing, like what's worked for me recently, lately, is not getting emotionally invested in the results of things that I post. Some of the things I've done on social media when, you know, and that's the thing is I'm in entertainment. I enjoy making people laugh. I enjoy making people feel good. I love educating people. It's who I am. I've always just tried to make people laugh, make people feel good. And, you know, I'm just a silly goose. But there was so much stuff that I've done where I've spent months editing a video. You know, early on where I just wasn't that good at it. We'll even say 2 weeks. I'll spend 2 weeks editing something that's like 6 or 7 minutes. You know, a month went into preparing it. It gets like 400 views. And all of a sudden, I'm so fucking like, I'm upset because I'm just like, more bummed out because I'm like, man, I spent so much time on that. So much went into it. and it just let me, like, it didn't get any real traction at all. And the way to combat that is I just stopped being attached to results. I stopped caring if what it got. I do something out of it. I do it for the process and all of that. If people like it, good. If they don't, well, I'm just going to keep going to the next thing. Like, I stopped being so, like, taking my ego away from results, because I just feel like it's so dangerous. And I look at this, and I'm still talking about TikTok, okay? We're getting back to TikTok. I look at this as the same thing, where you know, I'm 32. I'm an old ass man. I look at, there's like 15, 16-year-old kids on TikTok who are getting all this dopamine and all this stuff from this reward. When that starts going away, they don't have the life experience and the wherewithal to be able to recover from that and to understand what was happening. They're going to start going to other places to seek that validation and attention. And I just think it's dangerous, because this isn't something that we've evolved quick enough to be able to handle. That's shown with phones and everything, how quick it can deplete your dopamine. If you look at a screen within like the first 15 minutes of waking up, you just get a dopamine rush and it can fatigue you for the whole day. Weird shit. So what I'm saying, I'm going off the reservation. I'm going to just keep focusing on my garden, and I'm going to live off the land and just ye my last haws, you know? But for real, I'm obsessed with my garden now. I've started to see some results. Listen, a few months back, I picked up some zucchini squash. I picked up some tomatoes, strawberries, basil. Basil's been dead for a while. Rest in peace. And I'm starting to understand gardening through trial and error. I got a buddy, my best friend in Texas. He's flourishing with his garden, and we've just been, you know, back and forth, like bumping off of each other, different information. And I love it. I love it. There's something so satisfying. Instead of playing Call of Duty yesterday, I just went out to my garden and rearranged shit. Just, all right, time to transplant this, different things. And I just playing in the dirt. You know, it felt so good to be out there in the sun, just transplanting my little bell peppers. I can't wait for the days when I have tons of land and I can just plant and just have rows of my shit. You know, I want squash, I want everything. And then I want my chickens. Then I'm just going to go hunting for my fish, for everything else. I'm not going to hunt fish, obviously. I fish for fish. But I'll hunt for deer, elk, whatever else little critters I want to take down, you know. I've been addicted to like homestead videos and people who like live off the grid. I'm going for it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm fucking going for it. I'm just ready. You know, I'm ready to go off the land, go off the reservation. I'm ready to get off the city life tit bars. Shit's been crazy, and obviously it's probably heightened and exaggerated by coronavirus. But it's true. It's made me realize a lot being in lockdown. I haven't been in lockdown for a while. But dealing with all of this has made me realize so much about what is important with your liberties, with your life, what you enjoy more, and really get into the present moment. And like, I don't know. In weird ways, this pandemic has been a good thing in the sense of, I don't want to say it's been a good thing, but I'm looking at it as it hasn't been a complete tragedy where there's nothing, I haven't taken anything away from it. I think there's a lot of lessons that you can get from hard times and things like this. And a lot of them is it put it in perspective about what is important in life. And it's like so much of the bullshit just melted away, you know? But it's a good thing. It's obviously crazy. It's still stressful. Weird shit. It's always weird when you have friends that have... everybody has such conflicting opinions and beliefs. And shout out to me for having such diverse friendships. But I see everything. I don't have a very one-sided world of friends where We all just share the same beliefs and opinions on things. So I see a lot of stuff going on with different views, and I'm like, man, this is confusing times, because we're all looking at the same thing and all looking at it, calling it something different. Pretty nuts. But you know what else is nuts? Segue. If you guys haven't seen it, I've talked about it before, and I've given you enough time. The show Alone on Netflix. I don't want to spoil it for you, but go watch season 6 of Alone on Netflix. Start there, and then let's talk about it. It is such a good show. Amazing. It really goes in line with my whole thing about like being self-sufficient and everything. These people be snaring little rabbits, little squirrels. There's one dude shot a moose, killed a moose. There's bears. I'm already on the next season. I got the History app, and now I'm watching on the History show. You guys remember when the History channel used to actually be history? Now it's just reality shows. How wild is that our culture just ruined History channel? It was like, now we got to do reality shows because y'all don't want to learn about history. But don't worry, because the way that everybody is politically, we're going to erase history, and we're not going to learn anything from it. So we're going to keep doing it over and over and over again. Bars. Yeah, the show is amazing. Living off the land. I would love to do something like that. Do a show. I wouldn't want to do as long as they're out there. I would like to do like a week. Like go somewhere, film it, and be like, can I survive out here for a week with nothing? And see if I could do it. I think I could. I think I could at least do a week. Yeah. A week is solid. I'm trying to think about where I could go. But I'll be honest, listen, I thought, like, and that's the thing is you're watching it, you're like, oh, come on, man, just last another day. I was watching this show in the Arctic where they are, and this dude was just too cold. He was giving up. He didn't have fire. I was like, oh, come on, man. And then I went outside to let my dog go to the bathroom, and it was nighttime. I was like, ooh. I like wanted my dog to hurry up because I was chilly. And I was like, oh, yeah, I ain't lasting on that show for sure. I'm not built for that. It's like the same thing when people watch MMA, and they're like, couldn't do that shit to me. Yeah, they could. They could easily do that shit to you. When people are like, stand him up, pussy, he quit. No. You get knocked the fuck out. I would metaphorically get knocked the fuck out by the show Alone. And I full well know that, but I would like to do a week. So if you're a survivalist, you have a film idea, I got a film crew, we'll do it. I need to do something. Listen, I know I've talked about this before, but I have a crippling addiction to video games. It's actually not that bad. I'm pretty much a recovered addict that is just doing it on the weekends. You know, I just smoke a little bit of crack on the weekends. That's the way I look at my video games now. Like the crack fiend is still in here, but I only let them come out on holidays. That's one thing that came out of quarantine was my crippling video game addiction came back on the weekends. But I literally, growing up, would be obsessed with StarCraft, Warcraft, Counter-Strike, Diablo. Oh, Diablo was insane. I would play them for an entire weekend where we'd have friends over and we'd all like have our computers set up on the dining room table and literally would play from like 1 p.m. on Saturday to like 3 p.m. on Sunday without sleeping. We would literally play through the night and literally would be almost dead Sunday night. Like I'd go to bed at like 7 p.m. on Sunday. And then I would just like play it 10 hours during the week and then the same thing on the weekend. I would literally lose so much time to it. I would sneak out when everybody thought I was asleep just to get on the computer and play while everybody was sleeping. Real problem. It was like I was smoking crack as a kid. But I'm addicted to Call of Duty. I love this video game. I haven't had an Xbox for like 15 years, I would say. Maybe closer to 10. But I really didn't play in college at all. And And it was because I know what I'm capable of. People start talking to me about video games. I say, I don't touch this stuff. You know, I'm clean. Quarantine came, and I'm like, well, I got to find some kind of outlet because I can't box. I can't go to the gym. I can't do jujitsu. I can't go do stand-ups. So now I got to do this. And you know what my big thing was? I was going to work on my riffing on the headset. Like, I was talk to strangers and, like, just talk shit to them. I don't even talk to strangers. I don't want to. They're like the most toxic people on Xbox. People are so angry. And I just stick to talking to my friends. I don't want that business. I don't want to deal with their bullshit, you know? But Season 5, Call of Duty is about to drop. Looks phenomenal. They're breaking the arena open, boys. Breaking the arena open. And girls. I don't know if any of the girl listeners play Call of Duty. Shout out. But I'm excited. I like playing it. I'm getting better too. That's the thing, is when people talk shit to me, like my buddies I play with, they're like, God, you are terrible at this game. Because I'm not a gamer. I just came back to this world. I don't know about first person shooting. They start talking shit to me, and it burns me inside. I don't like being bad at things. So what do? I start watching these YouTube tutorial videos. All right, how am I going to fucking get better? All right, here's the problem with my aiming, blah, blah, blah. Okay, where's my strategy? I start diving deep. What is the best gun combos, blah, blah, blah. What kind of perks should I be running? Okay, when am I getting that ghost? Okay, got to get my loadout, you know? And then I just start working, and I look at it. I don't even tell my girl I'm playing video games. She goes, what are you going to do? I said, gotta train. And it's down to the point now, she'll ask me, she's like, you going to train right now? I'm an athlete, you know? I got to work. And then she'll talk shit sometimes, like, listen, I am at war right now, and I need to train. I need to stay sharp. Charlie in the jungle, okay? I take my Call of Duty playing very serious. Very serious, okay? There's a lot of people I've thought about. I'm just not good enough. I don't offer anything to the world with Twitch, with streaming. I would love to, because it seems like it's just like podcasting. It's probably easier than podcasting because you're actually doing something else and just giving light commentary on it. And that's no disrespect towards successful streamers who, it probably is harder than I think it is, just like surviving alone in the Arctic. But it's hard to podcast on your own. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's not easy carrying a conversation with yourself unless you're a crazy person, which I might be because I do this now. I need to start having more guests on. I know I keep saying that. It's just timing is weird right now, and I got a lot of shit going on filming. Been working on this short film that I think you guys are going to love. I hope. If not, we're sticking to my process, baby. We just keep it moving, pimping. I don't worry about it, you know. I'm enjoying the process. That's all that matters. But I hope you guys have a good week. Get some shit done. Move towards your goals, kids. Okay, the ones who are losing TikTok, keep it moving, pimping. Okay, you just water down your back. Just be a fucking duck. Just quack, quack on these motherfuckers. Water down your back. You just keep it moving, pimping. And remember, no matter what, I love you.